long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Welcome, folks, to Louisville, Kentucky, Derby City. This home of the Louisville Cardinals is not far from Churchill Downs. This crowd ready to get this game out of the starting gates. This is not just any other matchup. Both teams come in ranked in the top 10, colliding early in the season, each trying to set the tone with a big statement. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, LSU Tigers, taking on the 8th-ranked team, the Louisville Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Turner decides to field it.
Hello, everyone.
Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the
This is
16.
probably a pretty impromptu broadcast, but I'm here. This is a big game, so why not put it on Better League Network? I prefer not to commentate on all these games, but apparently I'm the only one available. Probably like the 6th best commentator
They'll run it here.
that we have to offer, but alas, here we are, game of the week. Chris Fowler is yapping. I added King to take away the announcers, but I don't know. Well, he heard that. If anyone else wants to add him, it's a bombard him to turn off the announcers. As Lee with a friggin' inside stuff style block shed as a defensive tackle.
Much of a chance at all. Now give credit to the defense. It was
Getting
almost
back
like
into
they
the
were
quarterback.
anticipating a run and got up close to
I'm
the
very
line of scrimmage
quiet.
in a hurry.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Looking for a deep completion. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep.
I mean, I can just jack this up. I don't know what the
Son to kick it away, helping his team to field position.
maybe my master volume is really bad for some reason.
Well, he's got a crease here. Look
Oh
out.
well, we move. I will project as loud as I can, Cody.
Pick up on that return.
So here we are, number 2 LSU versus number 8 Louisville. Probably the 2 best users right now. The most impressive users so far. At least top 5 so far, as far as Better League hype goes. As Nussmeier, is that his name? Dumps it off to Durham, and Durham takes a couple men all the way to the 22-yard line. Turn the game down some more, yeah. I mean, can this guy just shut the fuck up? Can we get Chris Fowler out of here? I don't know why anyone even listens to these announcers, because I don't know. I'm just sick of announcers in games. Like, they just suck. No matter what the sports game is, I think it's just difficult to do.
Be a good leader and complement the running game. And right now you're starting to see that from this team. Good completion. Now, can you do it consistently? Because
But Warren, always the most efficient user in the league, with a good dump off, and he goes into Wildcat, and this has been kind of a meta formation, hasn't it been? In comp play? Yeah, wait until the female. Yeah, Cody, I don't know what the hell is wrong with the screen on the broadcast, but we got to figure that out. It's a halfback blast for a touchdown. LSU, pending extra point, will have a 7-point lead, 7-0 to start this game. Thanks, Cody. Yeah, I'm not very knowledgeable with the stream stuff. I just load up and talk. Load up and yap. How's everyone doing on this fine Wednesday afternoon? Maybe Wednesday morning, depending where you are. Maybe Wednesday evening, depending where you are. As that Cheney, you pronounce it like Dick Cheney, Donald Cheney. I don't know.
Defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. Man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
But Cheney with another handoff and I didn't get loose. I played King a couple times in the preseason tournament. He ran all over me with this kid. So King definitely got a very strong running game and definitely something to look out for as we progress through the season.
There's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses.
These are probably the two early favorites for winning their conferences. Warren obviously will always be the favorite to win the SEC. King looks like the early favorite to win the ACC. So this could be like a Final Four national championship type of preview. Much anticipated game here as Cheney with another handoff. At some point, King's going to have to pass it.
Over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound.
All right, we're going to enter after this third down. He's going to roll out and he's going to drop it. And we'll see what he does on fourth down. I'm just going to stay here for fourth down. Connor's going to join in a second.
They're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points, but they could have more. They've got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
But 4th and 3, drops back to throw and hits the hitch route to convert. Yeah, to the commentary booth. Hi, Connor. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Glad I could join you for this game. I mean, this is the first play I'm seeing is this handoff here. I see that LSU's up nothing. What's a quick recap of the game so far?
King had to punt early, and Warren scored a touchdown with good field position. And now King's on his second drive, and
now we're here.
Finally moving the ball, and here we go.
Love that.
6'2" Connor, but he got lucky. I was taking it easy on him.
Easy. More.
I know he double bagels me if he tries, so I already know the deal with Austin. He's a demon. I mean, he made sectionals and I didn't this year, so just keep that in mind. But no, this is a great kind of early litmus test for both users. One thing about these premier, as we see Shaw drop way back there, one thing about these great kind of like premier out-of-conference games is that these really help the winner more than they hurt the loser, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Conference standings are unaffected. You know, you're not going to see either user's playoff chances take a huge hit with a loss. Oh, God, that's a tough miss there. But a win really gives you a big opportunity to have like that, a really nice quality win in the eyes of the committee, the virtual committee that still has Oregon ranked at 0-2.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, the rankings are going to be really weird the first season. I do think as we like progress along and like the good users are the ones who are winning games and stuff, you're going to see the rankings be more stable. And maybe a true reflection of the true rankings.
You'll see the quote-unquote poll inertia will actually reflect like the quality of the teams instead of just like going purely based off roster like we saw this year.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting to see as we move along in this cycle. As is his name Nussmeier?
Garrett Nussmeier, yeah, he is I don't know if he's the son of like Doug Nussmeier and all them, but he obviously takes over for Jaden Daniels. Doesn't have a ton of juice in real life, I don't think. Like, the quarterback position is a bit of a question mark for LSU, but he's good in this game, and that's what matters.
That's all that matters. And Warren's not going to complain. He's got a star under his feet, which means he's an impact player on the field. As Watkins takes the screen and makes a couple men miss, and that's going to move the chains for LSU.
King, to me, was the best defensive user I faced in any of my lab games, quote unquote, in the league heading into the season. Granted, Warren, a very different quality of offensive user compared to me, and it seems like he's moving the ball with relative ease so far. But I was really, really impressed with what King was doing, especially with his run defense. He was shutting down everything I threw at him. But again, to Warren's eternal credit, very good user, obviously, and we're seeing that so far.
Absolutely, and Warren's been playing a lot in this game. And I have not seen Warren enjoy a game as much as this one. And he talks about this like this is like the great renaissance of virtual football. And I'm assuming if he likes the game, he's going to be good at it. And he's going to be good at it. He's going to continue playing it. So he's going to be a force.
Backup quarterback Collins in the game. I'm assuming this is a more mobile threat, although there he just does a straight up drop back pass. But that's interesting. It looks like he's got a bit of a two quarterback system over here in LSU. I'll have to look up Collins. I don't know if he's significantly more mobile than Nussmeier is, but interesting that he's kind of subbing him in.
Yeah, and here we are, 3rd and 9. The big down on this drive. Hits the drag and sets up a 4th and 2, and I bet you Warren's going to go for it.
This is absolutely go territory. We saw a really nice pocket there in a 3-man rush. Granted, you should most of the time get a really nice pocket on a 3-man rush, but that has not been a guarantee in this game. But it looks like Warren maybe just wants that 2-possession lead here. He's going to settle for 3. I don't completely hate this. Who got the ball to start the game, Dan? Do you remember?
King did. So Warren.
Okay, so I don't hate this then. Yeah, given the fact that he has possession.
Yeah, he has a good chance to really control this game moving forward. That's an interesting animation on the kickoff. I know you haven't been playing Madden. You probably haven't even downloaded the game, but you see the new kickoff in the game? Connor. As we may have lost Connor, I don't know. But hello, Alan. How are you? King, Coach King, the Division II head coach, a man who probably knows the most ball out of anyone. For being honest, I mean, who else has a career of being a coach at a high level like that? As it's going to be 3rd and 10. I like this vertical route with running back, but Warren looks like going to pick it up with his user. Instead, he's going to hit the hitch route on the outside, and that's going to force the punting unit. So Warren will have an opportunity to even further extend his lead. This is an interesting fair catch. he backed off of it and then said, "Oh, let me get back to it," and yeah.
Think I'm back? Life?
Hi, Connor.
Hi again. Yeah, I'm sorry about this, man. I don't know. My computer's been fucking up recently.
That's okay. We move. But Warren got the ball back. It was if it wasn't a 3 and out, it was a very quick drive for King. So now it's 10-0 LSU, and Collins once again subbed in. So maybe this is going to be like a speed option or something. Nope, he's just going to pass it, drop back, and throws it to Durham. I love this subbing in the QB stuff. I never think to do any of that stuff.
Normally, when most teams are subbing their backup quarterback, it's a glaring tell that there's some type of like quarterback run or option game involved. But he's just, he's just got a 2-quarterback system going. It's reminiscent of Steve Spurrier with some of those Gator teams. And now we have Nussmeier, the quote unquote less mobile quarterback, taking the triple option for again a 7. So this is fine. I like what Warren's doing.
Yeah, I love that. Warren pretty honed in on his scheme already. Been playing a lot of this game. Trying to become the number 1 team in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
And Watkins, the seam route, Kenny makes some men miss. He gets down. One man saved it from a touchdown.
Click off to stop yourself from being put on a highlight reel. We've all been there. King just wanted his SCP to make the tackle there, but Warren's looking good. I mean, I feel like if I had a nickel for every time I've said that on BLN, I'd be a very rich man. But he, in this college football game, it looks like he's really the reading of the lanes there by Warren, but he's really kind of adapting to the new gameplay very well. His play calling's been really fun. Traditional kind of like more traditional pro style concepts that he's taken from his Madden days, and then also incorporating the triple option, incorporating some quarterback runs, stuff like that. And he's locked in, and King's gonna need to figure it out quick, or else we're headed to blowout territory here.
Absolutely, as it is a 2-minute warning, and if Warren goes up like 17-0 at half, and he gets the ball back and makes it 24-0, like that's a real possibility. And Warren's trying to make a statement here. This is a game people are excited for, and Warren's on the road. He's the number 2 team in the country, so if he wins this and wins big on the road here against the number 8 team, probably going to be number 1, very likely. And who knows if he'll ever let that go.
Yeah, there was a lot of not in terms of like upsets or games you necessarily expect to go a certain way, but in terms of the polling, there was a lot of chaos in week 1. So we see, teams like LSU, teams like Utah jump all the way up from, the low 10s to, now Utah's number 4, LSU's number 2. We saw Michigan jump all the way up to number 3, and they were like 9 to begin with. So a lot of mobility here, at least in the kind of top half of the polling. And if LSU gets the number 1 position, it may be a long time before we see anyone else claim it.
But Nussmeier is going to get sacked here. What with the sack?
Sure.
It's going to be a difficult field goal, though, on the road, I think. But Warren has no problem with that.
Yeah. I think unless you're behind the 30-yard line, I have gotten to the point where I think the difficulty of field goals in this game is being a bit overstated, to be honest with you.
For sure.
It is a lot more difficult than traditional Madden. I'm not going to claim it's not, but I don't think it's like, it's impossible to kick from the 20 on the road. Like, I don't think that either at this point.
Madden does have the college meter.
That's good.
You can put that in the franchise, though.
Stupid, honestly.
Yeah, we're probably going to do that.
And 60 yards easily.
But it's a little easier. I think it's still more difficult than the traditional Madden meter, but it is very forgiving still. And I mean, you probably expect that when it's the NFL as well. But is how you pronounce his name? Shaw?
Tyler Shuck, actually, is how you pronounce his name.
Oh my gosh.
SHUCK. It's not like very intuitive, but Tyler Shuck, I believe this is his 3rd school. I want to say he had a Louisiana Texans and then somewhere else. I don't know where, but he found himself in Louisville, and hopefully he can, at the very least, make the playoffs here. Is interesting, and Brian Kelly was criticized for doing this in real life too, dropping Harold Perkins into coverage consistently when he's one of the best edges in the entire game. Warren and I were actually talking about that, and I find it interesting that he's in coverage so much here.
Very interesting. Wonder what does he have like the quick step ability and stuff like that? Is he one of the best players?
I would assume so. I mean, he's a demon off the edge, but because of his build, I mean, I think he's lighter, more diminutive. Sure. Brian Kelly keeps trying to drop him back into coverage. Got a lot of criticism for it actually last year in real life.
And Cheney with takes it in the flat. Is that how you pronounce his name, Cheney? Like Dick Cheney?
I hope so. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, Chris Fowler out of my eardrums, dude. What is this?
Yeah, I know. I tried to act King to tell him to shut him up, but haven't gotten the memo.
It's okay. We're here.
Shuck with the handoff to Turner. And, I mean, it's 13-0. 39 seconds to go, so Warren's not going to have a really good opportunity to respond after any score here. So, like 7 points,
Yeah, this
would be huge.
This is a massive sequence of plays here for King. I mean, obviously, like, he's not going to be in a great position regardless since LSU gets the ball back to start the second. But, yeah, if he can just, like, make this a one-possession game, kind of calm things down a little bit, avoid the shutout, good stickiness out of King.
And that's exactly what he does, yeah. Really good stick work there. Nice juke to cut outside, and now it's more of a ball game. 13-7, and now if he can stop Warren from scoring, which will be difficult, but it's doable.
Easier said than done, yes. But if he can get the stop here, yeah, only finding himself potentially down 6 heading into halftime. Not the worst thing in the world. I mean, Warren has seemed pretty unbothered on offense so far, but I mean, we've seen it in this game. You can get some instantaneous pressure in. You know, all it takes is one bad read or one, you know, maybe he holds onto the ball a bit too long in the pocket, and I'm going to use, you know, the M word here, the momentum of this game might really flip into King's favor, and I'm very excited to, you know, potentially see that.
We'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
As intercepted by Quinn.
Yep.
Number 34 with the pick. And, can he go all the way? He can go down to the 10. And, wow, this is a game flipper, Connor.
There you go. Momentum. Three-man rush, the, I believe, right end. Got the block shed, and Nussmeier felt the pressure, forced to maybe throw it second sooner than they wanted to. And now, not only will it potentially be a one-possession game, Louisville has the opportunity to take the lead heading into the half, which, I mean, this game is completely flipped on its head here.
So Shook to Lacey for a touchdown. So
yeah, I don't like Harold Perkins in covers as much. I'm gonna ask Warren about that if he hops in the booth. I mean, you know, will be it upon me to tell Warren how to run his team, but that feels like mismanagement of his roster.
Yeah, what looked like a cakewalk for Warren to start this game. It's King may have the lead at halftime.
So Dan, I mean, you've been in this position. I've been in this position. Like, Warren has dominated the first half on paper, and yet he finds himself down here. You know, kind of got punched in the mouth. Gave up 14 points in like 1 IRL minute. What is your, I guess, response here heading into halftime, or what are you doing to try to like calm yourself down and take control back? Because that's why I screamed out again.
Well, in the immediate future, you got to worry about not turning the ball over here. Like, I would not be as aggressive, even though if it's possible to score in college with 10 seconds to go, I would probably just run the ball, but looks like Warren's going to be conservative. Just take off its quarterback. He's going to get some more yards, too. That's a 46-yard line.
Hail Mary time here, potentially.
Yeah.
I don't think with 3 seconds you have enough time to, like, throw a quick seam shot and then a timeout from here necessarily, but,
and King
just not cold anymore.
King's just in a standard cover 4. I don't know if that's a good decision. And it's going to be a shot to the end zone, a touchdown. I mean,
listen,
I'm just at a loss of words.
That's gotta be man up 3 deep. It has to be. Like, the fact that was one-on-one is inexcusable from King's perspective.
Yeah, there's no excuses for that.
Yeah. Like, yes, you want your DB to play that better. You know, he got a little hooded from that perspective, but also the fact that it was one-on-one to begin with, yeah, you cannot have that. And, hey, momentum. Again, it completely flips in this game.
Wow, he said Louisville would be up at halftime, and Warren just kind of shut us up. And
yeah, and now we're back in the position we were before the Nussmeier interception, which is LSU up by a touchdown, getting ball to start the second. Warren not only has calmed things down, but has completely, you know, given Louisville a gut punch here, and has the potential. I mean, I'm not going to say that King's going to fall apart here if LSU scores a touchdown, but has the potential to start running away with this game here.
Durham is going to take the kickoff, and can he go all the way? He gets sticky. and another maybe last line of defense able to save a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't figured it out yet, but it really does feel like, you kick the ball to the side of the field at your own risk in this game, because I've seen a lot of guys just get like gaping holes right up the sideline in kick returns.
And Watkins, the hero to end the first half, takes the jet touch and 5 catches, 133 yards. So that's pretty good stat line.
And this is where stopping Warren can feel nigh impossible, because you're so worried about the pass game. You're so worried about him flooding the field on you, which we're seeing here with some of his defensive play calls from King. But like, Warren can just as easily take control of this game just by, having a West Coast like run heavy style here. So it's really, really hard to know what to do on defense here. Obviously, far better users than me have also had trouble stopping Warren, so I don't have any special advice here.
Oh, he's gonna do the pass. The double pass, but that doesn't matter because the intended quarterback on the play rushes for like 35 yards. Like,
okay.
What looked like a pretty bad play for Warren turns into a great play.
Quarterback breaks the sack, I guess. But yeah, no, that double pass was not there, but it worked out. Now we're going to see him come out of Wildcat, and this is what I'm talking about. Warren has done a really good job, from what I've seen, of blending his traditional Madden offense in with some new college football concepts, and it's all been working for him. I think he's found, offensive identity has kind of been like the buzzword of these first couple weeks. Like, he has found his identity far quicker than most of us have.
Mm-hmm. As Nussmeier throws it into the end zone and a little risky, gets knocked out.
Yeah, not the worst read in the world. It did look like his tight end had positioning, but yeah, when that ball play for LSU falls to the ground.
Collins back in the game. Rolls to his right a little and nice throw.
Oh yeah. And you see that click onto the wide receiver to get a better animation with the catch?
Yep.
Take it away from DB. That I try to do that too. Most of the time I fail, but yeah, that was really nice. Leave a power O get shut down. My goodness. Yeah, Warren's playing well. He had the one, shaky read obviously with Nussmeier on that seam shot to end the first half, but I like what I'm seeing.
And Collins back in here, probably fast. Gonna do a QB power, but not gonna work.
Didn't look that fast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look him up after the game. I'm curious. This might be a question. I'm curious like what the thought process is behind the 2 quarterback system here. I'm just curious what the thought process is.
I got it right here. Red shirt freshman, 85 speed, 87 excel.
Okay, so a bit faster than Nussmeier though. Makes sense.
Nussmeier touchdown, 23.
Yeah.
Bullet.
Good play. Good wheel route. King, not ideal usering there necessarily from King. He had three defenders all kind of like on top of each other there, including his user, and Warren was able to find the hole in the zone. And again, we've been talking about these massive swings of momentum. Warren once again finds himself up 2 touchdowns. Gotta get a stop.
Carter, you were asking about Harold Perkins. Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, he's got 98 finesse moves, 83 power moves, but 92 speed. But the game calls him a pass coverage linebacker. That's his archetype. So
I disagree.
It's really weird how that works, but maybe it's because the way he's used in real life. They decided he's going to be.
It must be
pass coverage. He's 85 zone coverage, so like he can do it all. But you probably want pass rushing. He's like Micah Parsons.
In that case, right? Exactly. In that case, I guess I can't criticize. Ooh, switch stick out of Warren. I like. I am so bad at switch stick right now. I'm trying to figure it out, but I like seeing guys use it effectively.
Yeah, I'm slowly trying to figure out the switch stick. It's been such a big learning curve, but I've been playing a little bit of Madden the last couple days, so it's just trying to get used to it. I hated it at first, but it's kind of growing on me. And that's going to be intercepted. King tried the seam shot, but it was like triple coverage, and Gilbert Can he go all the way? He would go down to the 8-yard line. LSU for football first and goal.
Yeah, and this is scoreboard pressure, and it's pressure of the user you're playing against. You know, down multiple possessions to Warren. You feel the need. I mean, we've all been there. You feel the need to, like, kind of press offensively and really try to, you know, get it all back in 1 or 2 plays. You don't have to, or didn't have to, I should say, and we find ourselves with, okay, interesting play there, but you don't have to get it all back at once, especially not in the third quarter. And we saw King just press a little bit there, and now Warren has the opportunity to put this game to bed here with a touchdown.
You know, there's one thing Warren got all giggity about before this cycle when we first created the rules was no sportsmanship. Warren just cannot stop talking about that. So I think he's going to be excited to run up the score when he has the opportunity. As Durham pads it on with another touchdown, 3rd of the ball game.
Left stick. I'm not going to say that was anything like crazy necessarily out of Warren, but the left stick is like so viable and so back in this game, and I love it, and I know Warren loves it too. We were talking about it yesterday, but yeah, the depending on how Louisville responds in this next offensive drive, the route might be on here.
Absolutely, as King's got to make up some ground. Like as you said, like the game might be lost, but you still want to make it better for the Colts, right? Like,
losing by 7 versus losing by 28 is going to make such a difference, honestly,
so
in terms of the rankings. I suspect.
That's like part of college that I kind of like. As far as like competition goes, and it's this might be pretty ugly.
Yeah. Well, Dan, what other games are you interested in this week? I mean, obviously, I think the entire Better League world is going to be locked in when Oregon plays Boise State. You know, maybe most of the league wanting that to go a certain direction, or at least if it does go a certain direction, getting the memes ready. But what else out of this week has intrigued you in terms of either like games that have already been played or games that are coming up?
Well, I just hope Clemson Penn State doesn't happen at 9:30 on Thursday. We'll see what that happens. West Virginia, Florida State. I'm just reading them out. Texas A&M, Illinois should be fun.
That's an underrated. Like that might be fun. I expect Alex to win, but that might be fun.
Colorado, TCU. That's another game. It's 2 users.
Let's game. Ooh. Okay, fun screen concept there. Yeah, that Colorado TCU game, I identified that in College Game Day with Cody as a. It's a loser goes home game in terms of whoever loses that game, I don't think has any shot of making the conference championship game, the Big 12 conference championship game. So that is really, honestly, a very important game for both users.
Yeah. I'll be honest, not a lot of hot matchups this week outside of maybe this one that we're watching right now.
Put yours in the chat.
Put yours in the chat. Yep.
Thank you. Please and thank you.
I would have been really excited for Minnesota-Washington if Lucky wasn't on his camping trip. Kind of sucks for Lucky. He was so excited to get Washington.
He's touching grass. I respect it.
Kind of sucks for Lucky. He was so excited to get Washington, and he has to start the cycle like taking 4 losses in a row. But
yeah, Cody's talking about in this game the wheels fall off so quickly with pass rush. This is very this might be total placebo effect what I'm about to say, but my experience is if you can establish a strong and effective running game, then later in the game when you run like more traditional passing concepts, you get way better pockets. I don't know if that's an AI thing. I don't know if that's literally just like me going off of like vibes and like that has nothing to do with reality. But if you like start the game dropping, just like super pass heavy and like not especially effective on offense, in my experience, that's when the wheels fall off in terms of pass rush.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter,
I have a admin question, like as far as like logistics. Do the force winds work with the CPU? I know you guys were talking about
yes.
that. Okay, they do.
So week 0. So I think it had to do with FCS games, specifically because they didn't work in terms of like force lossing teams against the FCS.
I gotcha.
But every force win / force loss that Ben set held true. Like Ole Miss losing to Southern Miss, for example. So I mean that would have sent me to the bridge if force losses didn't work. But
we have like 6 CPU teams in the playoffs. Like how sick would we be?
Yeah.
But that's not going to be a problem, I don't think. So, because Alan had a question, can multiple from a conference make the playoffs? Yes, Alan. So the intention,
Absolutely.
we will have 11 users in the playoffs, and there's 4 conferences. So what does that make? 7 non-conference champions in the playoffs as touchdown LSU. So Warren just patting it on, 42-14.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, we'll see how it works in terms of how these rankings are. Obviously, this is one of the. I mean, probably to me the single biggest reason we waited for the patch is because the college football playoff rankings were on some true crackhead energy pre-patch. Like you saw. I mean, in the test league, my 8-4 Utah ranked number 1 in the country. So you had stuff like that. They seem to be much better, and I think we'll see that bear out, as this first season continues and as everyone gets more games on their resume.
Yeah, they're
yes.
Sorry, go on, Connor.
Nah, I was gonna say, like you said, Dan, absolutely, yeah, multiple teams from a conference can make it. The conference champion, whoever wins the conference championship game, will make it automatically, and then depending on your resume, if you went 10-2, 11-1, but did not win your conference, yeah, you'll all but definitely still make it.
For sure. I don't think they're as terrible as they used to be, but I played a solo with the update, and I'm still not in love with it. Like, I think we might have some fringe teams be very, very disappointed in the committee. Like, maybe the first team out and stuff, because you might have, they might do something really crackhead with, the last team in, first team out, which is really what I'm most worried about. But
that's what concerns me the most with the conference prestige is SEC has A+, Big 12 has I think B+. If there's an 8-4 SEC team versus a 9-3, 10-2 Big 12 team, I am a little bit concerned about that. It is also, I mean, it's reflective of what would probably happen in real life, unfortunately, but that's also not what you want from the league necessarily. So we shall see. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, but SEC still earns it in real life. You look at the metrics.
Okay, yeah.
You look at the metrics.
Everyone wanted Alabama in there when their center couldn't even snap the ball properly. I got you. I got you.
Oh, yeah.
Dropping back, it's Shuck.
As Shuck.
It's the running back in the flat.
They lost of 3 yards.
Shuck Nation going crazy. Phil asking why 11 and not 12. The reason for that, Phil, is based on the way the college football playoff works. The top 5 ranked conference champions make the playoffs, and of course, we only have 4 user conferences. That means a CPU conference champion will get in. Our hope, from an admin perspective, is that by setting these forced losses, that will be the only CPU team that gets in, and I think we'll be able to pull that off, honestly, pretty easily. But that's why, 11 users, 1 CPU.
Yeah, so think about it like this with the competitive structure. The top 4 seeds have to be conference champions, so whoever wins the user conferences will have a bye. And the best non-conference champion will be the 5 seed and will get a forced win against the 12-seeded CPU, so they will get a bye as well. So the people with byes will be each conference champion and the worst non-conference champion, or the best non-conference champion among the users.
Yeah, which we look at the SEC, for example, we have you, Will, Allen, Warren, 4 guys who are looking very, very good to start off. I would imagine all but likely be one of you that gets that initial bye, but or that non-conference champion bye, I should say. But yeah, it'll be interesting, man. I don't know. I mean, we could also see a user. We could also see a user go undefeated in the regular season, then lose their conference championship game, right? That's a situation where they would be the clear 5 seed and get the bye. So
for sure,
that's the competitive structure.
As King trying to maybe make this look a little bit better for the media.
Yeah, 21-point loss, 28-point loss is kind of all the same here at a certain point. You got your cheeks clapped, and it is what it is. I mean, we've got plenty of season left. He'll be able to figure out, his scheme and his ideal setup against elite users like Warren. But he gets a touchdown there on Power O. But yeah, I mean, with the exception With the exception of one mistake, one pick that Nussmeier threw right before half, Warren has looked nigh unstoppable.
Yep, pretty much. And yeah, King's still, as I said, still the favorite probably to win the ACC. And ooh, as shook.
Life now.
No
No
life.
life.
Great job here by the defense on this conversion. Nice
Yeah, King the favorite to win the ACC. ACC probably weakest conference too. I think they were the first conference introduced in the reveal.
Yeah, I'm starting. Maybe this is a topic for future College Game Day. I'm starting to think it's the Big Ten, but that's a future conversation. We're only 2 weeks in. I don't want to like overreact to
Who
shit,
said?
but-
It's almost like I said that the day after the reveal.
well, you know, some of us may have been prescient.
That's okay. SEC is still the best. That's all that matters.
Come meet me in the Rose Bowl day, and we'll see what happens. Can't wait to beat you when it counts as dealing that. Matt, I cannot even begin to tell you how unbothered I am by our game. Like I'm circling a lot of games. I'm circling Cody on my calendar. I'm circling Hero. I'm circling Alex. I'm circling some of these non-com games. I'm not circling in any way those USC Trojans. You're gonna have to prove it to me, my guy. Prove it to me.
I mean, Matt's kind of killing it with the recruits, so maybe these AI boys, when they develop,
Yeah.
I mean, they'll.
Calling time out here for Louisville. You're inciting Warren to run the score up on you. I don't know if I've been doing this.
But as good as. Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm taking the gift that Warren offers me here. If I'm kidding, I don't.
Yeah, this is going to be 49-20, maybe 50-20. Maybe Warren goes for 2 to make it a 50-point game. Make it a 50 burger.
Well, this is great execution here on this screenplay to the running back to pick up big
But I was saying in garbage time talk,
in a process, Chris, they send a message
Matt has a
to
very
defense.
good recruiting class,
All you
but
want when you do,
Yes.
I don't think he'll be number 1.
throw the screen on you.
Feeling pretty good about your recruits over there in Tuscaloosa, Dan?
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But it looks pretty good right now.
Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid.
We might not be winning games, but we might be winning over these recruits with our Red Elephant Club money.
And in all seriousness, from Matt's perspective, I've been impressed with the start of the season so far. You know, I was kind of expecting Steele to turn it around against him and beat him, and even though Steele did a lot to be hit, but even though Steele did a lot to help Matt out in that game, I was impressed with how Matt responded to some early adversity in the first half. Was really able to kind of salt that game away.
For sure, as Warren will kick a field goal to get his 45 points. To cap off
I'm
what?
surprised he didn't run a fake there, to be honest with you. I was kind of expecting that, but
Well, we still have our fourth down rules.
he did still have fourth down rules, that's true. But 45-20, decisive. I'm not going to say start to finish because it got scary there in the first half, but decisive. What ended up being a decisive victory here for the LSU Tigers, and Warren, obviously, we knew this going into the cycle, but Warren kind of establishing himself early here as a natty contender.
Yeah, and like Warren probably number 1 as far as hype goes and as far as like expectations.
I'd say so.
And he will be the number 1 team in the country, I think. I mean, unless Wozy wins by a lot against whoever. I don't even know who.
Wozy, I'm trying to think of who he's even playing, to be honest with you, but yeah, he would have to dog walk whoever that is.
Because like the media poll, LSU has 31 first place votes. Ohio State has 37. So
Right.
that's like razor thin margins. So
Right.
well, Warren will definitely be number 1.
I mean, you absolutely bodied the number 8 team on the road like this. Even if, Louisville ends up scoring a touchdown here, you absolutely bodied them. And Louisville trying to make the margins a little bit tighter here, but it's not going to matter, I don't think, that much in terms of
Late timeout taken.
full perception.
Seconds on the clock.
Oh. Wisconsin player leads the receptions. I'd be interested to ask Justin about that. I don't even remember him from our game, but
And the Cardinals will have 1st and 10 here.
yeah, impressive sequence here. Impressive game out of Warren. He's definitely earned this.
Quarterback leaves the pocket.
As Shook is sacked on the final play of the game. 45-20 LSU victory. Warren in command early on in the season, early on in the CFP 25 cycle.
That's putting it nicely, Chris, right? This was a complete
As a Caden Durham player of the game, true freshman. 94 speed, pretty good.
I mean, a little bit of a touchdown vulture stat line there. Only 4 per carry, but he did get those 3 touchdowns. Probably the deserving player of the game there. And yeah, I mean, as we see there in the replay, the entire game flipped on its head when King did not come out and man up 3 deep. That was really the turning point of this game, honestly. It was Warren scoring that Hail Mary touchdown, and route was on after that. We didn't know it at the time, but the route was on.
Yeah, the route was on. It was definitely the turning point of the game was that Hail Mary, but at the end, I don't think it mattered much. Warren just dominated the whole second half. Nothing much King could have done. I think we do have King.
We do have King in here. Much respect.
Coach King, Louisville Cardinals did not end the way you hoped, but still looking pretty good out there. Number 8 team in the country. Talk us through the game and maybe your season as a whole. Okay. I think your mic is muted.
You are muted, King. Yeah.
My bad. I said, no, it was a good game up until that little last span before halftime. I mean, they stole momentum there. Knowing that he got the ball back. That's Quincy Riley. I don't necessarily expect him to go beat like that over the top, but nonetheless, things happen. That was, if you look at it from a grand scheme of things, a 14-point swing, knowing that he got the ball back with a big return at the halftime. Then just got out of our game plan a little bit, started pressing the ball too much. Should have stuck with the run game, but threw a couple of interceptions in the third and got away from us. But next week we'll bounce back down at Florida. We'll be just fine.
Cotton, do you have anything?
Hey, King. Good game, honestly. I mean, it was, the first half was super competitive. I thought you bounced back really well in the first half after kind of an early, punt in the mouth from LSU, able to, briefly take the lead. And I'm curious, Tyler Shock, your quarterback, I want to say you only have him for 1 year. Maybe you can, tell me if I'm wrong there. But what does he bring to you? Like, what does he bring to your roster? Like, are you considering, putting in maybe a younger, like, freshman or sophomore quarterback, or is he your starter moving forward?
He got one more good game for us. And then, we'll move on to Pierce Clarkson, our freshman. Tyler, I mean, at the end of the day, he's not very mobile. He got a long, windy release. So it takes him a little bit longer to get the ball out of his hand. So, we're going to see how he does down in Florida. We know, Willie, we played him quite a bit, and the swamp is going to be rocking. So, at the end of the day, it's, 2 really good, users in a row, and then we come home and start ACC play versus JMU, and then Notre Dame. So we got a good little stretch right here at the end of September where we're going to have to show up, and, we can't allow one game early in the season. That's why you schedule the tough ones early to be able to bounce back before we get into conference play. But showed us a little bit who we are. Got to clean up some things on the O-line at right guard. He was getting killed for the majority of the night. So we've got to be able to clean that up and be able to run the ball the way we want to run the ball, and then set up the pass game down the field. So we'll be all right.
Pretty good. I don't know if Warren's going to be here. He's probably got a baby to tend to or something. But
yeah, as you hear my son in the background yelling.
But thank you, King, so much for coming in. This is probably your first time on BLN in an interview.
Yeah.
Nice to have you here. Thank you, Connor, for joining.
Yes, sir.
But I think we'll hear more from King in the future. Definitely a force in the ACC. And thanks, Connor, for joining. I know this is kind of thrown together at the last second, but we had to get this game calmed. This was a really anticipated one, and Warren able to be the number 1 team in the country and win. Oh, never mind. Here's Warren.
He's in here. Yes, sir.
Warren, can you hear us?
Well, his mic is not muted, but
Warren, you're here. You want to talk?
I can't. This is a power move, or like what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
does he? I don't know.
We got 11 people, 11 viewers. We can keep this as long as you want.
I mean, I'm chilling. Listen,
we can make this a podcast. Like,
we could make this podcast.
Oh, it keeps disconnecting you. Oh, are you on Xbox? Sometimes it happens to me.
It's been disconnecting me a couple times on my laptop. I honestly, I think my laptop's on the fritz. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I mean, y'all saw that. I tried to stream Cody's game yesterday. Like, the Wi-Fi was not the issue. It was just my computer can't handle the juiciness anymore. Can't handle the crispiness. So hopefully we'll get Warren in here. But yeah, just kind of big picture in terms of that game. Yes, it does, in my opinion, put these LSU Tigers, good Lord, as the perennial number one team in the country. I do think I hear Warren. So Warren, how are we feeling about that game?
I mean, I just had to take advice from Boomer Matt on using my phone on Discord, so I'm a little upset. The game kind of went how I thought it would go. I was a little disappointed by, you didn't give me, like, yesterday in your show with Cody, you're like, oh yeah, it's going to be a close game. Like, it wasn't. And then anyone, I know everyone wants King to beat me because he's a nice guy and whatever it is, but I felt confident, and I think even my mistakes in the game, which I wouldn't call mistakes, were like not something I did horrifically wrong. Like his, outside of like the awful pick before half, like that one's on me. But I think my team played good. I played good. I'm still trying to get my playbook down, so it's hard. I don't know if you feel like this, but like if you don't pick your play in 2 seconds, the clock's running so fast and you don't have time. So I'm trying to get a little more fluid with that. But overall, I thought it was a good game, and hoping I can move in. Well, I'm already top 3, right? So I don't know whoever's number 1. I guess I'm coming for you.
You're top 2, and you'll love to hear this. Wozy is number 1 right now.
Oh yeah, it's okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, no problem.
We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, my question for you: you were deploying a 2-quarterback system out there. Obviously, Nussmeier got the majority of the snaps, majority of the play time, but you also had it appeared a freshman to me out there. I'm just curious, like, do you put your backup out there for certain packages, or is it like an active misdirection? Like, I mean, I saw him both run, some more like, quarterback power, quarterback blast concepts, but then also have a couple more traditional drop back plays. What's your, I guess, like rationale in terms of like when you put the backup in?
Yeah, so whatever Steele did in his first game, this is how you're supposed to do it. So I like how this game has a lot of misdirection, right? There's so many things to watch out for, and from all the different types of screens and like you said, quarterback powers to like option screens to all these different things. I have an athletic backup, and I kind of like to use him on those speed options and kind of around the goal line. So we have such unique rosters, I think all of us, where we can get value out of so many different players that are very situational. So that's kind of, I'm trying to include him in the offense and get him, goal line touches and see how it goes.
Warren, you said that everyone was rooting for King. Not me. I root for my conference brothers, SEC baby. But I just want to ask you, SEC tough conference. You got a tough schedule. You got Allen next week. I'm sure you'll be the number 1 team in the country when it's all said and done. But just take us through the conference, and maybe that game against Allen, because that might be calmed. Probably game of the week. 2-3-0 teams.
Yeah, I'm gonna be at Allen. I'm also home, so I'm not really worried about it. And it's playing at LSU is so tough. Like playing Louisville, like the first quarter or whatever. There's a can't make a hot route, no big deal. But I got the crowd out of it quickly, and when you're playing these like top places to play, it's so tough, right? Oh, yeah. So Allen's already going to be at a disadvantage, and it's going to be hard. Honestly, it's hard to overcome that, to go into a big school and like you're handicapped. So he's going to have to play his best game, and my best is better than his best. So I'm not, I'm cool with that. I will say this, and, to show Allen some love, is that I had a couple of potential visits I did not schedule for next week, just in case. if Allen wanted to go full try hard and, text Austin that he beat me after the game again, like he did in Madden, I don't know if I'm going to get that version of him. So I didn't schedule any visits for next week just in case, so props Allen for,
There you go.
for that.
Well, thank you, Warren, for coming in. This is a little bit of a delay, but we were here. We still got 8 viewers listening in. So they wanted to hear what you had to say. And thank you guys, everyone, for coming in. This is kind of thrown together at the last minute. This is a big game that had to be calmed. So thank you, Connor, for coming in. And I'm Dan. You'll hear more from me. You'll hear more from everyone else in Better League Network as the days and weeks come along, as we have a great cycle. And again, Better League, great league, best league. Thank you all for the support. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir.